AskReddit by No Wolverine 2321. What political scandal was so absurd it seemed like fiction? Toronto mayor caught smoking crack and spiraling into political rants on camera while using a fake Jamaican patois. A white man going on a crack-fueled political rant while using a fake Jamaican patois is a detail I feel should not be overlooked. Edit, Rob and Doug Ford are both bumbucklets. Anthony Weiner being unable to stop sending women photos of his Weiner. I think you mean Senior Carlos Danger. First year living on a Caribbean island, there was a debate on the parliament floor between a local politician and a European politician. The island still has colonial financial ties. The local politician said, "You are not from here. I am from here. My wife is from here. My girlfriend is from here and my side piece is from here. F you are not from here on the record." Not the worst corruption or biggest scandal, but definitely one of the funniest scandals I've heard in my time there. A true Caribbean man. Not a scandal per se, but in 2022, the UK government basically imploded twice, and we had a prime minister that infamously lasted less than a supermarket lettuce. The lettuce has its own Wikipedia page, https://en.m.wiki.org/wiki/liz_truss_lettuce . Kinda funny that with just 50 days as PM she became the first since Churchill to serve during the reign of two different monarchs. The Queen died just 2 days before. After, of course, Truss became PM. Before he was a talk show host, Jerry Springer was the mayor of Cincinnati. He was caught soliciting a prostitute. How was he caught? He paid her with a check. Who the hell pays a hooker with a personal check? That's like paying a hooker with a personal check. Roastmaster General Jeff Ross. Track target: a British MP was caught watching porn in the Commons and claimed he was trying to find pictures of tractors. Politicians watching porn always funny. Shout out to the guy who aired Defy CGI porn by mistake to the entire Italian parliament. South Carolina's Republican Governor Mark Sanford went missing for 6 days. His press secretary said he was hiking the Appalachian Trail. He had a girlfriend in Argentina. What makes this even funnier to me is that Colbert had Sanford on the Colbert Report and teased him as being the most boring governor. Then this all happened. Butterfly effect. This scandal helped Nikki Haley to gain traction in the race to replace Sanford in the 2010 gubernatorial race. Sarah Palin and Sanford's ex-wife endorsed Haley and she fought as the one who would fight the old boys club. She won the election. Iceland's Minister of Finance was found in the Panama Papers and the Ashley Madison leak. The whole government dissolved and a new election was planned. He made a campaign video where he decorated his kid's birthday cake. The country voted him in as prime minister in the next election. This is just one of that guy's scandals. He just became prime minister, again. After he had to step down as minister of finance, again. Because he sold a nationalized bank to his father at a family discount. Instead of leaving like most people wanted, he just traded places and made himself Minister of Foreign Affairs. I thought everyone on Iceland was related to each other anyways, though. The mayor of Barcelona being stopped for speeding under the influence and being outside of his confinement area during the pandemic and then biting a police officer. I assume you don't get to be the mayor of a place called Badalona without being a little bad when you're alone. Four Seasons landscaping, need I say more? A million comedy writers in a million years could never have come up with something that funny. It's god tier comedy. I still giggle when I think about it. It's like a scene from Arrested Development. A Rus vice president shot his buddy in the face while hunting birds with clipped wings. Then had the friend apologize on national TV. Then in the Halo 3 beta they named a medal for a shotgun killing spree Cheney Mania. Fucking mint. The Bridgegate scandal in New Jersey in 2013. It involved Governor Chris Christie's administration orchestrating lane closures on the George Washington Bridge as political retribution against the mayor of Fort Lee, who didn't endorse Christie's re-election bid. The leaked memos had a gem with one guy saying he felt bad for the kids stuck on school buses, and another aide telling him they're kids whose parents voted for the mayor they're retaliating against. The GOAT George Santos. I'm not fully convinced it wasn't Fred Armisen going way too hard into doing a bit. Just look at them. Have we seen them in the same place at the same time? The Iran-Contra scandal is pretty wild. I'm surprised I haven't seen it mentioned yet. Him getting away with that shit is the origin point of the line pointing to modern American politics. Ab scam. FBI agents dressed up as Arab oil sheiks to offer bribes to US congressmen. A bunch of them took the deal. 6 reps and 1 senator, plus various other officials, were convicted. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/abscam. Back when bribery was illegal and law enforcement would prosecute it. What a concept. Marion Barry, former Washington, D.C. mayor. The scandal part was he was popped by the feds smoking crack in a hotel room, and ultimately sentenced to prison for 6 months. The unbelievable part is several years later he was re-elected mayor of D.C. Deleted. The Prime Minister of the UK having a scandal about fucking a dead pig's head. It was so crazy, especially because there had been a Black Mirror episode revolving around a similar premise released quite soon before it. You know what I don't get about that Black Mirror episode? The absolute disdain that his wife, and lack of respect the public, has for him afterwards. It's not like he was caught doing it, he was blackmailed into it with the life of an innocent girl at stake. He literally had no choice. That Spanish dude who ate his own shit. People are always telling politicians to eat shit, but the moment one actually does it's suddenly a huge scandal. SMH. David Cameron and the pig, for sure. Wow, I thought you were referencing a Black Mirror episode. I somehow missed Piglet. Sarah Huckabee Sanders paying $19,000 to her close friend for a lectern. The most expensive lectern is about $7,000. She and said friend then went on a Paris vacation. The local Republican Party then wrote to be reimbursed on the receipt. Most absurd to me is Huckabee Sanders trying to make it illegal to prosecute a governor. The official report comes out tomorrow. That should be enlightening. Don't governors make enough to pay for their own vacation? A utility company bribes the Speaker of the Ohio House with $60 million to pass legislation to provide $1 billion in subsidies for 2 old nuclear power plants. It is so audaciously corrupt it would have to be fiction, right? Nope. Welcome to the very real scandal of House Bill 6. Jeremy Thorpe. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/Thorpe_affair. It's got everything from bungling hitmen accidentally whacking the pet dog, to gay sex, to hovercraft. The TV show on it, Hugh Grant and Bengal Shaw, is very good. Howard Dean yelling was a scandal. Remember that? Remember when just making the wrong yell could end a political career? On the tragic end of the scale, there's the mass deaths at Johnstown and the perpetrator's ties to the San Francisco city government, followed days later by the assassinations of the mayor and Harvey Milk. Potato. And Sid Meier's took that personally.